Okay, take two. This is going to be Gemini March 2023 into April, so you can apply this to all of April as well. Feel free to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe across all social media. Reach out for a reading. Run and Gun Tarot for all my contact info, all my social media links, runandguntarot.com, that is. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages. Or Crosswatcher, third house. Feel free to apply this to your third house if you're not a Gemini, okay? Let's see what comes out. For money, let's get overall messages for money, Gemini, March and April 2023. And or we could go into a little bit of the other categories after. Let's see. Okay, the first energy out here is the Two of Swords in the upright. This represents a crossroads decision, out of union, kind of trailblazing on your own, or being your own boss is kind of the counterbalance here, or having a boss is what I could see here. I think that both represent certain sacrifices. I think there's more freedom when you're on your own, but things could feel like imbalanced or as though the money's not coming in. I think working for someone else, you could have more of a peace of mind here with the Four of Swords in the upright. But when you work for yourself, you can kind of relax into how you want to do things. Okay, sometimes the hardest part is just getting to the spot or trusting how things are going to unfold here. I do see a victory coming out here for working for the other side, working for someone else, but I feel like it's applicable to both ends. I'm not gonna lie. I know that sounds biased, but I think that the more time in the game that you have, see the victory came out for the side of potentially working under maybe a King of Wands. It provides you a peace of mind. I see victory and success though. And to me, I'm not necessarily categorizing that on just this side, even though it came out on this side. To me, it feels like you will be successful in both regard. In fact, if you manage to tap into more of the carefree peace of mind, you could even treat yourself as the boss. Tell yourself, don't worry, the boss's plan is going to work, you know? Using a little bit of that narrative magic. Because I feel like a momentum is picking up from the Two to the Three of Wands here. Right now you're working on upshifting to the Three of Wands, more of an active participation in your kind of big dreamscape that is the Two of Wands, the big vision, the big picture here. I'm getting a sense of relaxing into something as well. Maybe not working to the best of your ability when there is a certain amount of rigidness here, Gemini, or third house crosswatcher. You could apply this to your third house if you're not a Gemini. So this money will be highlighted by aspects of your third house. You could Google that as well and see what that applies to. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Interesting injustice in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. To me, that speaks to maybe feeling like you're not getting out what you've been putting in. That speaks to certainly the financial aspects, maybe having a little bit of a drought season, as it were. But if you're low maintenance, that's not going to be much of a problem. I do see things trending to working with someone else, working for someone else. It just feels like things are moving in that direction if I add these swords up. But it does feel as though you might be doing a disservice to all the time that you've put in the game so far, is also what I'm seeing here. You know, like peaceful waters never made a good sailor is what I'm getting here as well. You see the storm imagery here on the left of one person, and the peacefulness on the other hand here, and which is interesting because I've never really kind of contemplated that aspect, and still that's an aspect here. And the calmer waters have a serpent on their side there too. So to me, it's like a snake in the garden, a snake in the grass, while the pearl is actually on the side of the choppy waters there, which is interesting when you look at the imagery. Let's see anything else here. Yeah, the Five of Cups is a promise. It's a promise of union. I'm getting like an open slot or an open position. Your services are available or open is how it's coming across more so. Okay. In March and April. And I do see victory here with the Ace of Swords in the upright. Okay. It could be that you are exiting a season of feeling as though things are not bouncing your way or falling in your favor. You're exiting that season of injustice, so to speak. Because I got a flash of the Ten of Swords here for some reason. Yeah, at times it almost just feels as though like the promise or the process has betrayed you. Is how it's coming across here. Okay. But I feel as though that season will be gone. I mean, within the month, the Ace of Swords here, that's a month's time. You have the Princess of Swords, you are arming yourself with information. You are leveraging technology in your favor. Okay, the Emperor here. So this is very much so your own boss. It's almost proving to show that like you could be a better boss. Like why settle for something outside of yourself is how it's coming across here. Because remember, the Emperor rules the King of Wands, definitely rules the King of Pentacles in reverse that came out earlier. Anything else, Spirit, for overall money? So this fair going, you know, despite maybe the storms or the thunderstorms financially, you know, going it out on your own, you've maybe been incurring, it's going to prove to pay off. I mean, things certainly have felt off track with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, but I feel like there are like blessings and all these other ways that are finally coming to you in these kind of unexpected ways. Maybe offers, opportunities, deals, in whatever myriad form that they come to you in. This may have also been a period of that Ten of Swords came out here as well. This may have also been a period of like romantically being alone as well. Those Venetian energies, money and love, have not been particularly faring well for you, at least from what I could see here. And yet I feel as though that is over, that cycle is over. Okay, so I could positively see a boost in finances and romance overall, that Venetian energy in your chart. From what the cards are suggesting, if you're resonating with this energy here. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Yeah, the Lover's card could be out of business partnership, association. I feel like that's coming to an end though. And I feel like you've had to learn all of this. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune definitely wanted to make it a point to bounce in the upright position here. That tail is turning, that luck is turning. The Tower mark is sudden change. The Tower card marks sudden change here. Okay, from the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel as though that she's going to incur that, and you're going to find stability very soon in the month of March and April. Okay, and you may have been feeling it. You may have been experiencing it, like, you know, kicking up the muck and the dust of like, why hasn't this come through yet? Why hasn't so-and-so reached out? Why haven't so-and-so reached out? But you've constantly held that inner knowing that things will fall in your favor. Remember, this is the King of Cup in this deck. This is the King of Sword, the inner knowing. The King of Cup is a negative emotionality that you may have been having to counterbalance with the logical brain and the faith-based brain. Now, in the realm of time, certainly that could be a form of hell, but again, if you have been kind of just going with the momentum and the flow of your day, then you're kind of just, you've positively surrendered in a calm way to say that, hey, look, universe, I trust your timing, okay? And you've just grown yourself comfortable in the face of these things because you know that it's not over until you win. And that's kind of the lifestyle. That's the camp. That's the encampment that you've been creating for yourself. It's almost as if you're being taught what your true values are as far as lifestyle and happiness, so that when money does come, or that energy does come, of maybe freedom or access or relationship and love and romance outside of yourself, then you could really be true to yourself, because now you have time in the game alone, finding out who you are on a deeper level, especially if you're sober, especially if you're working for yourself, if you're single, depending, where you're at on your journey, you could really I'm just getting a sense of somebody who's really getting a chance to know who they are without the pomp, who they are themselves without all the pomp and circumstances. And I feel like that usually comes with money, is all that baggage, is all that pomp and circumstance. And so now you're at base level, ground level, figuring out the happiness part. This is like the divine trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the masculine, the feminine, the infant child, vulnerable self. And so you're able to make your playground here, and you're able to know what works for you, what you want more of, what you want less of, and even in the face of balancing responsibilities. And you get to go at it alone. And let me say that again, you get to go at it alone. Okay, you get to have no excuses. And maybe that might be having to, alchemically adjust for, what you feel as far as the old habits of trying to outsource your fulfillment, but you're still learning those lessons. The High Priestess is here, and she knows that you have all the ingredients in the recipe for finding fulfillment in this type of lifestyle that you're leading right now. And it just comes across as not necessarily being at the culminating point of where you want to be financially, maybe even socially and romantically. And still, this is, again, the training ground to find your success, find your happiness, find your self-fulfillment, your self-love, your self-happiness. And the Chariot is that victory. Okay, the Charioteer says we're doing that even in the face of, it's almost diametrically opposed here, because the Devil has no movement and the Chariot has movement. You know what I'm saying? The Devil's stuck here and stagnant, but the Chariot is game. And he's all too willing to move forward. Let's see, anything else here? Yeah, I see the travel here. See the movement, and it's to offset the counterbalancing energy that initially came out for movement towards this way. Okay, in this deck, the movement is going this way. Very interesting that they came out here as far as the imagery. Anything else? Yeah, you're like the Karate Kid here. You're defending any and all, offers or reasons to be thrown off balance here. Three of Cups in the reverse, coming out of that third-party distraction, so to speak. And hence conflict from what you really, truly desire, from what I could see. Okay? Yeah, you are very much showing hesitance and reticence. You know, this Eight of Wands is coming in and you're defending it. You're not jumping in. It's almost like you're not buying the bait. You're not taking the bait. You rather take the unknown and the instability and the going within. You're putting your money where your mouth is. You're relying on your own master manifestor ability here, from what I could see. And yeah, there's still the logical minded self that says, oh, time spent not generating income, not generating value or purpose. But then there's the side of you that's not based on time, logic, and reason, and it says faith and trust. There's a side of you that says the highest of highs, enlightenment, joy, gratitude, abundance, bliss, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, heart open, open heart, love, joy, success, health, wealth, abundance, fame, fortune, confidence, security, look good, feel good, all of that stuff, all of the energy behind that stuff. And in a way, you know that that's so much more potent than anything else that could try to, the logical technological framework that maybe wants you to just be another cog in the system. Yeah, I mean, I just see it coming here for you. You're leaving the naivete of the logical and the reason, almost as a reflection of man and state, because we're living in the most of illogical times here, and you're leaving that kind of innocent naivete. I suppose that there's an innocent naivete in thinking that the world just runs on logic. That's what the Six of Cups is, but it came out in the reverse. And that's almost the hardest last part that's really taking a leap. It's easy to go back into a traditional job or what have you, stick to the basics, but it's actually spiritually, it's taking a bigger leap of faith not doing that. And so, but I see you as the Nine of Pentacles here. And I see you getting offers because you're embodying this person that is happy, whole, complete, financially abundant, independent right here and now. Because you're moving by energy and you're not moving by lack or greed. And that's how you're showing your true colors as an empress in the making, non-gender specific. Okay? This is of lack and greed and there's not enough. This is of I'm perfectly fine and I have enough right here and now. And yeah, the logical mind is being thrown for a loop here. It's been being thrown for a misdirect, but you also have that higher self activated that's enough to higher self keep you in check. Even when it comes to, being alone or pouting or, maybe being no communication but this is that time for rebirth and reestablishing yourself and finding the balance of your priorities and what you really want to invest in and what you really care about. But notice how it's always on the kind of fulcrum of, someone that's pouting or in the dumps or in the down and outs mentally, emotionally. That side is still there, but you're just learning how to nurse it. You're learning how to fare well with it in the midst of it, how to manage it, how to divest from it. Because it's only going to try to knock you off of your vision. It's only going to try to hamper what it is that you're growing in whatever direction. Again, that manifestor energy. That's all that stuff could do, and you don't need it anymore. Maybe you needed it when you were in that infantile stage of using logic and reason and blaming others, but now you're not because you've tasted the fruit of what a higher elemental energy is. And that's what you're trying to invest in yourself now. That's what you're pouring into yourself. Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups. That's what you're pouring into yourself. And it's almost as if I give my younger self all the love and emotion and energy and health and wealth and fame and fortune and the wholeness feeling. I give my younger self that. That's manifestation right there in a nutshell. And the reason why I'm saying that, almost like non sequitur, is because that ace interrupts that 7 of cups to leave us then with the 6 of cups in the upright. And it's almost as if you're healing in this time those childhood wounds. It's almost like right now you're finally allowed your wings to open and flourish. That's what's going on. Because there's no one else in the building but you. And you're pouring into yourself. Because this is the only way that you're going to really truly be able to see clearly. And you see the bat imagery here featured on the 9 of Pentacles, which is that financial freedom and abundance. And so, you know, all well and good as you're manifesting that, see the bat imagery, you are still keeping your freedom. Okay, and your enlightenment, and the, you know, you see the infancy here, you see the infant energy. It's like a fetus, because it's all still there. And the magician I've been reading as like overly positive energy just comes across as like right on track, right on time. It's like you're on a train track, a monorail, and you're always at the right time, you're always at the right stop. And as I'm saying that, the 10 of Pentacles is coming out. And the 10 of Pentacles is manifesting. It's bringing that. And so you're saying to yourself, I'm grounded, I'm secure, I'm anchored to the center of the earth, to the core of my being. And because of this, I'm whole and complete. I easily, instantaneously manifest money, credits, debits, clientele, abundance, in any and all form into my accounts, into all my bank accounts, into all my credit cards. You know, because I am worthy and I'm grounded and I'm whole and I'm complete. And so it's done. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. I open up my heart for that. I see that coming to me easily and effortlessly through the quantum. That's why it's effortless. And so you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I magnetically pull that in and attract that to me instantaneously here and now, because there only is the here and now. Thank you, and I generously accept with an open heart and gratitude and joy and exuberance and ecstatic and magic and the miraculous. Thank you, I'm excited, thank you. That's how you manifest that depth of desire, that depth of, you know, and you get the firepower, you get the motivation, you get the inspiration, and you act as if, and you are quite literally making a beeline to that. I see the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You're making a beeline to that, because the quantum is beyond time. Now, it's interesting to note, it's almost as if, speaking of making a beeline, it's almost as if you do the opposite when you take the action that you said you were trying to not take. Because the universe is testing you. Oh, well, how much do you really believe in that? How much are your actions going to back you up? And this is the worrywart person who is still stuck in time, who's still stuck in desire, who's still outsourcing, you know, to be saved. You know, this kind of savior complex here of logic and reason, right? This is logic and reason, math, science, and this is the freed one. This is the one who's freed up. This is the Joker who sees the clown, okay? And who also sees the worry aspect. The worry aspect could only live in a logic, reason-based realm. You know, I'm never going to connect with anyone. No one's ever going to love me. All of those are, but the faith base is already connected and unified. That's what the 9 of Cups is. The 2 of Cups in the reverse is, oh, I'm never connected and I'm alone forever. This is like, shit, I'm good, man. I'm connected with God, my divine feminine, my divine masculine, my infant child vulnerable self. I'm straight. You're coming out of that third party. You're coming out of that other, that need for the other. You had 2 3s in the reverse here at the end. 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. You're no longer looking to the future. You're no longer looking to be saved. You're no longer looking for a third party situation where there's a company between you and money or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it could very well be that side gig that you were, you know, doing, the working harder part, was the one that was, you know, keeping you out of your timeline. But Luckily, if you're watching this or doing this reading as I am, you know, we're in the highest, best, perfect timeline now and at all times forever. Amen. That's what I put on us in these moments. Forever. So yeah, I mean, I just feel as though that this is really truly a matter of knowing and trusting, even in the depths, in the midst of any and all silence or lack of clientele or what have you. Still I rise. Still I bloom and flower and receive and open and say thank you, because it's already done quantumly, because I've decided to, because I'm a divine being. That's manifestation. So let's move on over to, we could do Cancerian or we could answer questions, but I'm really happy how that reading went, even though it had a rough opening. But let's upload this and get this to the masses. All right, guys, love you. Holla at your boy. Peace.